Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Yes, I know, new background. Hopefully you guys like this one more. I do. I think it's more friendly. So yeah, as you can see by the title and the thumbnail, I did design a new origami, and here it is. It's my spiked jellyfish with two colors, as you can see. Let me actually take this out. I really like this design, probably my favorite so far. It has in total 12 tentacles, and I think it's 36 spikes here on the top. I really enjoy it. I did this with the double tissue foil that I handmade, and I will post the crease pattern on my Flickr account, so make sure you go check that if you want to do this one. I will probably make a tutorial as well, and yeah, for now I'll just put here a time lapse of me doing this origami, and after that, if you want to know how I designed or what was my design process for this origami in particular, just stick around because I'll be going that in the end of the video. So yeah. Hello everyone, welcome to the designing process of my spiked jellyfish. So here on screen I have the final crease pattern. So what we're going to be looking in this video is actually like trying to understand, or me trying to explain you how I came up with this design, and in order to help you maybe design your own origamis or just know a bit more on designing origamis. But first we'll get back to where it started. So this idea came to me when I was, well, obviously thinking, and I decided that I wanted to do something with like a spiked pattern on the back or something like that. And I got the idea to make a starfish, like not a regular starfish with 5 legs, but maybe one with more legs. And I got the idea of getting like this scaled pattern or spiked pattern on its back, and then having like multiple legs. So the first thing that I decided to do was actually figure out how I wanted to make that spike pattern. And since I work a lot with scales, I have made a lot of models with scales. I kind of was familiar with that. So here's a picture of what I first did. I'll show you on screen. You can see you have like the spikes that I actually have on my finished model. And yeah, I wanted to have something like this. So now the only difficult part was how could I get this into a paper, and how could I get the legs around it. So after some trying and some attempts at drawing, I got this crease pattern. So I'm using Oripa here, the software. So yeah, this is the crease pattern that I got. And I don't know if I have a picture of, I actually folded this space. I don't know if I have a picture, but luckily we have something else, which is, so I discovered also some weeks ago the software that's called Origami Simulator, which lets you basically simulate a crease pattern. For example, this crease pattern that they have here, you can just, for example, choose here the percentage of what you want to fold, and boom, there you go. Like you can choose. They have a lot of examples here. They have some, so for example, this weird, oh god, kind of broke the paper. Yeah, it's not perfect, obviously. But yeah, as you can see, it works pretty well. You can get an idea of what you're getting from that base. But yeah, anyways, so the crease pattern that I first designed, it's here. Okay, you can import .svg files here, and so you can do your own. And yeah, let's fold this and see what we get. So yeah, so here it is. This is what I got. I got this base. So as you can see, we have like this scaled part here where I was going to make the spikes from, and then we actually have in total 8 legs. There were a lot of problems with this design, and the first one was that the legs were too far apart from each other. So it's, let me see if I can unfold a bit so you can see this better. So, well, the paper is not cooperating, but basically one leg was here like this, and the other one was all the way here. So it was in the middle of these 2 points. So if I get back here, so you can see that one leg is like that, one is here, and the other one was there. So this space, all of this space was a gap, and I didn't really want that gap. And there was also another problem with this, which was that I kind of made these little squares here like way too small. There were way too many in this first attempt right here. There are like 18 by 18 squares, which I'll put the number here on screen. But yeah, there are a lot of them, and it doesn't really look it didn't really look and yeah, it didn't really look that great. They were too small for the origami. So I completely disregarded this crease pattern right here, and I move on to the second one. And here it is. So the second one, the second one is a bit different. I mean, it's a lot different. So the main difference is the like this scaled part, right? So, and yeah, I forgot to mention, but this design was based on a 60 by 60 grid, okay? And this one, the second attempt, was also on a 60 by 60 grid. But the difference here was, first of all, this part here. So before, what I had was maybe like this, each of these two parts was divided into two. So basically this part right here is a 120 by 120 grid, which is a lot. And this one is not, it's the normal grid, okay? So with this case, you get like, so 36 spikes, which is what I have. Okay, so I actually folded this base. And oh yeah, the other difference regarding this crease pattern is that it has 12 legs instead of 8. So you can actually see here, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Obviously the legs are smaller here, so in this case they are, I don't know, I don't want to count, but I would say 12. I think that's 12, and here they are 10, I think. So obviously they are smaller, but they are 12. And here, so if we go back here, this is the crease pattern, okay? It's the same thing. And now let's see how it collapses. Okay, so it should be some, yeah, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Now, does this look like a starfish to you? For me, it obviously looks like a jellyfish, right? And yeah, and that's what I basically decided to do. So basically I went from a starfish to a jellyfish. And if you think about it, like the shape of the animal itself, they are pretty similar. Like they have this circular center part, and then they have all the legs, right? So the shape is pretty much the same thing. You can honestly, I think you can make a starfish from the crease pattern that for my jellyfish. But yeah, I just decided to go for a jellyfish, right? So yeah, here it is. Now I was really happy with this design, but there was still one thing that I did not like, which is like the point where all the legs split from each other was way too far from the center. So if you look at the jellyfish, like it feels like the legs are already separated when they come outside of like the head. And in this case, that doesn't happen. I actually folded this base so I can put a small video here of me showing it. But yeah, that was attempt number 2, which brings us to finally attempt number 3. And honestly, it's pretty much the same thing, except I made some changes here to make it more flat foldable. But the main difference is that it has a 56 by 56 grid instead of a 60 by 60. And what does that do is just simply bring those legs closer to the center of the body. So if you take a look, like for example here, this segment here, it's a lot bigger on this crease pattern. So this line here, which is where all the legs separate from each other, it's further from the scales, which are about here, than this one. But yeah, let's actually see that here. So I don't know what's up with that, but this is the crease pattern, like the final one. So let's see the simulation. Oops. Let's fold a bit more. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, so as you can see, it's not that visible, but you can see that this part right here is smaller. Yeah, so it's the same. So this one, as you can see, it's a lot bigger than here. The legs here start, you can actually grab, I think, you can actually grab a leg and just, yeah, I really enjoyed playing with this. Yeah, but you can see that they are closer to the center, I would say. And yeah, the other thing that I will be honest with you that I did not plan, but it ended up happening, was I did not plan it on this one, which was on the second version, which was the color change. But if you take a look at this, usually the grid line that's next to the edge of the paper is a mountain fold. So you have like the top color as the color of the origami, but in this case that doesn't happen. Like this line right here is a valley fold, which means that the color from the back will be on top, and I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was an accident from this one. So as you can see, this one has a mountain here, but from the first version to the second version, I actually ended up having this, but I just decided to go for it. I usually don't use double colored papers, so two colored papers, so I didn't even realize it at first, but then I decided that would be interesting to keep. So I decided to keep that in this final design, and I really enjoy how it turned out. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Let me know if you guys enjoy this kind of there's a hole there. This kind of videos, if it's helpful for you to actually know how I designed this, or if it helps you design anything. But yeah, it was a fun model to design. So yeah, leave a comment on what would you like me to design next, I guess. Yeah, I'll see you on the next video. Bye.